Welcome back to the world-famous Whatever Buddy podcast. On this episode, Johnny U has his identity stolen, and Ryan is being a dick about it. Later, coming at you from Louisville, Kentucky via Los Angeles, having a chat, singing a song, the one and only Our Buddy, Dusty Bo. So tighten your drawstring, sack up, don't forget to grab some KFC, turn on the Kentucky Derby, and make sure you pour yourself some Kentucky bourbon, and let the ride begin. So with that, here's Ryan and Jonny.
What's up, Johnny?
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Oh, dude, don't kill me.
Good,
I've got to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Dude, we just started.
I know we just started, but Mother Nature's calling. It's not a P. It's a P. I got to pee. It's not an R. It's not an S. It's a P. I got to be right back. I'll be right back.
You're a squirrel. You're a squirrel. Nice tracksuit. All right. Well, I was going to surprise Johnny with something. While I'm here by myself, I might as well pull up what I was going to surprise Johnny with. I've done an impression of Johnny for years. Okay, basically I take his East Coast accent. I talk like this. And then I act like I'm ordering a cheesesteak, but without the cheese, because Johnny hates cheese. And then Jimmy John's steals my exact impersonation. Brad Garrett stole my thunder. I don't think he knows who I am, though. For sure, Brad Garrett doesn't know who I am, I don't think. I know who he is. He's funny.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I was just talking to myself.
What did I miss?
You look winded.
What did I miss?
Well, what you missed is me about to piss you off because I found something. I'm kind of pissed off too.
Hold on. What do you mean by piss me off?
I mean piss you off because I found something and I'm going to share it with you.
I thought I was the one who just took a piss.
Are you
Sorry,
back?
Go ahead, please.
Are you back? Are we good? Hey.
I'm great. I'm good. Hug it out.
Let's redo. Let's hug it out. Let's redo. So I'm going to pull up this video. And I think we're both going to be equally parts.
Yeah.
Irritated.
Yes.
Do you know who Brad Garrett is?
Unfortunately, I do. That dude in the commercial, that guy.
Yeah. Everybody loves Raymond.
JU hates Brad Garrett.
Yes, he does. He stole your thunder, man. He stole. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's set this up so people know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you got to
for
tell the
years
people
now
about this criminal, straight up.
For
criminal.
years now, I've had an impression of you, where I take your East Coast accent and I talk to you like this, and I act like I'm ordering a cheesesteak without the cheese, all that stuff.
Why would you get a cheesesteak with no cheese?
I wouldn't. I like cheese. You don't. I'm being you right now.
What kind of cheese would you get on your cheesesteak if you were to get one?
All of it. Anyway, so I'm going to look at this dude. Check this out, man. I think I found, this is going to be.
Can I go back to the bathroom while you show everybody? This just breaks my effing heart. Just saying. Just kills me, this.
You got to deal with it, man. You got to deal with it head on. All right, so let's just remind everybody. This has been my voice for years whenever I'm trying to be Johnny U.
You always do it with this weird hand motion, too.
Because you're from the East Coast and they talk with their hands. And then Jimmy John's goes and hires Brad Garrett to do this shit.
See, even from the East Coast,
Tony
this guy.
Milonovich here. People call me the king of cold cuts. As you could see, the sandwich business has been real good to me.
Now, I know what you're thinking. It could just be that he has a deep voice and that's how he sounds. But as you hopefully saw on the last podcast, I'm going to go back to normal voice. As you hopefully noticed on the last podcast, my friend Johnny U here likes to add S's to his words. And then we have
like yous and do's and don'ts.
Yeah, well, Brad's Garrett did it too.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off. Orders
This
of
guy
20 or
kills
more.
me, man. Turn this off. What are you trying to piss me off because I had to take a piss? What's your problem?
David's
This guy
Copperfields.
is a thief.
Johnny,
He's a thief.
you had your identity stolen. That's straight up you, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I'm going to
like,
say it's
seriously,
one of two
not
things.
cool.
It's one of two things. Option A, Brad Garrett's a fan of the podcast, and he stole your character. I don't think that's it. Do you think that's it?
No.
I don't think that's it either. Or option 2, which I think is probably the solid thing, is that you've had your identity stolen. You've been plagiarized. Intellectual property theft. How's that feel? How does it feel to have your intellectual property stolen?
It doesn't feel good. No good feelings here.
Some goofball stole your thunder, man. Johnny, I have a question. How does it feel to know that Jimmy Johns has stolen your virtual kidney?
Sees, I don't know where's you want me to begin.
Now you're going to overdo the S's because you know that, like, now you have this feeling of reclaiming what's yours.
I'll show this bitch.
Brad Garrett stole your thunder, dude. Stealing my thunder ass bitch.
Everybody loves Raymond. J.U. hates Brad Garrett.
Johnny, you hates Brad Garrett. So, I have a question. It was unintentional. Okay. It was unintentional. Does that still qualify?
No. How do you know it was unintentional?
You could be a fan.
Maybe he was a fan of, I don't know, the Hudells. Maybe he was a fan of...
He goes way back to your childhood band.
Way back.
He definitely knows who you are.
Definitely knows who I am.
Is that your pet peeve? Is that your pet peeve for this week? Let me ask you. So is it more annoying that he stole your identity or my impression of you? Because I'm a little bit offended by it too. He stole a little bit of me. He stole a little bit of me with it too.
I think what bothers me the most, Ryan Harris, and if I get excited and I get upset right now, I'm sorry, and I'll apologize ahead of time.
No, you're good.
But what pisses... No, but it's good right now, bro. It's good right now. Okay, you settle.
I just dared you to ramp it up.
Oh, it's not that he stole your identity and my identity, which you stole my identity to begin with, but because we're close family
I just
friends,
did an impression.
Well, that's stealing my identity.
He stole your kidney.
He stole the kidney. But here's the thing that pisses me off.
Kidney stealing ass bitch.
We look like we've stolen him.
Yeah.
You see what I?
Yeah.
You see the twist on this? This motherfucker. Like Harris. Brad Garrett. Where are you, Brad Garrett? Come on. Give us a call. Drop us a line.
Stealing
Get on the show.
Brad Garrett. You thunder stealing ass bitch.
Brad Garrett.
You ungrateful bitch.
You ungrateful bitch. I want sandwiches, Ryan Harris. I want sandwiches. I want free sandwiches. Lifetime of free sandwiches. If you're going to steal the identity, you have to supply us with payment.
I'll take care of it. Brad Garrett, listen. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the impression because I think a tough guy needs to talk to a tough guy like a tough guy. Listen, Brad Garrett, I know you're 6'10" or whatever, and I'm not anywhere near as tall as you, but
yeah, but you're a lot younger than that guy. That guy's probably got bad knees. You just kick him in the knee.
That's true. And also, you know what word I know? Litigious. Listen, Brad Garrett, I don't want to have to get litigious with you.
Wait a second. Wait, you said a word that you know, and you know what the true statement about that word is?
You probably don't know what it means.
You do know it, and I do not.
Okay, allow me to rephrase.
It sounds like a Linguinigus. What is it, the guy who talks with the
allow me to rephrase for you.
I don't even get that.
Hey,
one
Brad
right.
Garrett, I don't want to have to sue you.
Well, now you're talking. You're talking my language.
As long as you provide us with some free subs.
Yeah. I mean, is there something like seriously? Let's be real. Let's lose the characters for a second and let's talk logic, simple effing logic. And that simple effing logic is this. If you steal from one, you have a couple of options. You go to jail. You know, you get beat up if you're like dealing with somebody you probably shouldn't be dealing with, or you give something in return.
You pay him off.
In this case, Brad Garrett. Hold on. Don't. I'm throwing this at Brad Garrett. If you hear me, at Brad Garrett, wherever the hell you are.
I think you have to actually tag that digitally, though. I don't think
we'll tag that bitch.
At it vocally.
Do you think we could tag him as thunder stealing ass bitch? If we Googled thunder stealing ass bitch, I Google it, blah, 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 Brad Garrett's face is going to come up, right? And if it doesn't, can we write to Google and have them insert his face into that Google search?
Hear me out, man. He's out there with the Jimmy's Johns. If you put in thunder stealing ass bitch, Your face probably comes up.
Oh. Okay, see, Harris, I was just starting to feel better about this. Like, I was starting to be like, all right, cool, we're going to get some sandwiches. I'm going to get some turkey, wheat bread, bacon. Awesome, no sauce, killer. And then you have to bring it back to how I look like the effing thief.
Also, I'm definitely a fan.
Stealing ass bitch. What's that?
I'm a fan. I like him. I think he's funny.
Well, I'm sure he'd be great to have on the show. What do you think? Think we can get him on?
That'd be awesome. Have a beer with him and talk about how to steal thunder.
Yeah. He could give us the insight on how I could steal my shit back from him.
Johnny.
Harris.
I have a question, man. This is...
You know me, I'm a big fan of questions, as long as they're not stupid ones, as I've mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, they do say there's no such thing as a stupid question.
I've asked a few. But this question's not a stupid question. Now, you started the podcast off by going to the bathroom.
Well, like I had mentioned earlier,
I
had to pee. It wasn't an R. It wasn't an S. It was a P with a couple of E's equaling P.
Okay, yeah, that's very stupid. But what I noticed when you came back was that why are you wearing a full-on jumpsuit? Well, stand up and show the people you're full. Stand up so they know.
I'll be
once again, video podcast.
This beautiful suit. Look at this. You can even see my buttocks a little bit. The black really brings out the color.
Two things. One, I like it. It's cool. But number two, referring to my question, why are you wearing
hold on. I have to respond to your
jumpsuit?
first question about the jumpsuit. First, it's not a jumpsuit, it's a tracksuit. Let's start there.
What are you, an athlete?
Well, I'm a drummer.
Your idea of exercise is walking to get a coffee.
Listen, I do think that when I walk to the 7-Eleven to get my coffee, that my phone's tracking my steps, bro. So
Sure.
I've got legitimate proof of exercise.
Your idea of an ab workout is coughing after you vape.
That's funny. Who the fuck does an ab workout?
You, every time you cough on that Juul.
Oh, see, I exercise them. Why are you asking if I exercise when I'm doing ab workouts all the time?
I'm basically just disproving my own point that you're not a
Anybody
supreme
feel free to
athlete.
jump in on this conversation at any point. Leave a comment at the bottom or something. I think of a jumpsuit as a onesie. That's why I don't think it's a jumpsuit. Like a onesie, like you just put your feet in, you pull this guy up, and preferably it has rabbit ears.
It has like a little
ears.
It has like a little trap door for your butt.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you one for Christmas. That's what I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you a jumpsuit, a legitimate jumpsuit. Not one that looks like mine, because this is a tracksuit. If you wanted a tracksuit, I'd get you a tracksuit. But you say a jumpsuit. I'm gonna find you a good jumpsuit.
It'll
and
say
I'm taking
Maverick.
suggestions from anybody who wants to reach out on me on any of those social medias on what kind of jumpsuit I should buy Ryan for Christmas.
It'll say Maverick and have like that F-16 hose.
Oh yeah. Are you talking Top Gun?
Yeah.
This jumpsuit. Well, I just called it a jumpsuit. This tracksuit.
Ha! See, I'm validated.
No. Seriously, let's be serious about this tracksuit. I want to talk about the tracksuit.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your
talk about the
jumpsuit.
tracksuit.
Let's talk about your jumpsuit.
Well, the tracksuit.
When was the last time you ran?
I'm a huge Run DMC fan, okay?
I
You
can tell.
can't see my shoes, but if you could see my shoes, they would match the DMC, okay? Now, when you grow up in the hood, outside, in the suburbs, the nice suburbs of Philadelphia, in the hood, you get into DMC, as in the Run DMC. And next thing you know, bro,
Listen,
you look
straight.
like this, and you wear it with pride, and you love it. I love it. I love it.
Listen, street cred. You're a drummer.
Yeah, I am. You're a guitar player.
Hey, so whenever you match your jacket to your pants, do you intentionally pick like shoes that don't match?
Yeah, probably. But the funny thing is, this jacket only matches one pair of the Adidas pants that I have.
Well, those are the only pair that you have to wear it with.
Yeah. Well, now, I have a pair of white Adidas track pants. I really have been trying to find the white jacket with the black stripes.
Yeah. You've gone full Uber Eats on me.
Uber Eats?
Like you're dressed like an Uber Eats delivery guy.
How does this make you think of Uber Eats?
Because that's what every Uber Eats delivery guy that has ever brought me Uber Eats dresses like.
Yo, did you get Jimmy John's?
Oh, dude, yeah, I know. I ordered Jimmy's John's, and they brought it to me wearing an Adidas jumpsuit that matched with wild red shoes that didn't match. Let me see your shoes. Are they Jordan 1s?
No, they're. You know what? I just got done talking about how I had the matching Run DMC shoes. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. I was just really trying to be cool.
You're either taking your shoe off or taking your pants down. No, I actually really like those shoes.
I like them too. They are Adidas. I will. They're Adidas. They're basketball. Adidas.
So you matched
Did you
the
see that
brand.
leg? Hey, did you see that form? Check this form out. You calling me like I don't do exercise? Look at that. That was exercise.
So
That hurt.
let me explain what's going on here. Johnny has a matching tracksuit. It's black
and white.
Adidas with white stripes. Now, he pulled the obvious move and picked the most colorful shoes that he has. They're green. So he has matching black and white on with out-of-control green shoes.
Should I have worn my black and white Vans? Wouldn't that have been like kind of cheesy to be all matched up like that?
Well, see, here's the thing. Because you have green Adidas on, so you matched the brand of your tracksuit with your shoes.
That was just a coincidence.
I'm just going at you because
It's cool.
I actually like your jumpsuit.
It all started with this Brad guy. You had to bring that to my attention only because I had to pee. It's like taking a piss has become a problem around here.
It's not the
this
problem.
Whatever buddy pod.
It's not that you had to pee. It's that you're a squirrel. Okay? It's that anytime you have to sit down and do something serious, you're like, okay, hang on, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a coffee. Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to go vape for 20 minutes.
And I usually get hit in the middle of the road, too.
Oh, man. Should we invite our guest on? We got a pretty fun guest on the pod today.
We do have a fun guest tonight. Dusty Bo, huh? A little Dusty,
Yes.
Dusty in the wind.
Dusty in the wind.
Dusty in the wind.
Wing batter coming in from Louisville, Kentucky, Mr. Dusty Bo.
Here's a fun fact that I did not bring up earlier, and this is a total true story that anybody who's listened to the podcast would know. So after we had Steven on, I was just like trying to be funny. I was like, all right, we've had enough people from England. Our next guest is going to be from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Completely random, dude. We hadn't talked to you yet. You hit us up like the day, I swear to God, you hit us up
That
like a
wasn't
day or two
intentional at all.
after we recorded that. This was not intentional at all. Completely random.
I laughed my ass off when I heard it. I was like, yeah, that is pretty funny. Two guys from over the pond and then me, dude. Wow.
It was random. I said Kentucky because I was like, the most random place ever. I'm not going to have anybody from Kentucky. And then I was like, no shit. I thought you were in Nashville at first too. And then it's like, no, he's in Kentucky.
You manifested that into your universe.
That's right. That's right.
You made that happen with your brain words.
Okay. I know Dusty
Yeah.
from playing around. Our bands were like the bigger bands in LA at the time. And we did a lot of intertwining. I don't remember when I met you. I want to say I met you at a gig at like the Roxy or the Viper. But we've always been cool. So yeah. I mean, but I don't know anything like when you came to LA, why you came to LA. It sounds like, and this is what's intriguing to me, is it sounds like you said you needed a place for 6 guys. And that's awesome. That means, did you move here with a band?
I did, and we did play with Warner Drive, actually, this band,
really?
and that was when I met you. It was, and I think that
you weren't even in Future Villains when I met you.
No, wow. But it was.
What was that band's name?
Bolt Action Thrill.
Yeah,
we did a show with you guys at the Rock.
I always thought that was a really cool name of a band.
Yeah,
and I think a name of a band says everything about a band. If you have a bad name, that means, well, if you didn't take any time for your name, well, then I'd imagine you don't take any time for your songs either.
Hey, that's true. I think
there's some pretty shitty band names that are pretty good bands, though. Let's be honest.
I was going to say, Dave Grohl thinks that Foo Fighters is a terrible band name. I think it's bad.
I think it's amazing.
I do too.
It's great.
I was disappointed to hear that it wasn't about kung fu fighting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's kind of what I
always
assumed.
thought.
Okay, so back to what you were saying. I'm trying, every episode Ryan and I are learning.
Yeah.
And I'm doing again what I'm not supposed to be doing, and that is we have a guest on, and now I'm talking. So I want you to be doing the talking.
Okay.
Go back to what you're saying.
So, 2009, Bolt Action Thrill, we moved out from Kentucky to LA, and there was 4 band members and then 2 brothers, one of them being my brother, and then the other one was our bass player's brother. And my brother he's very business savvy. He had the scholastic brains, and I got the creative side of things from our genes. But as far as getting shit done, especially at that time, I was 21, and then he was just pretty fresh out of college too. Either way, he was just good with that kind of stuff, and he found us this apartment because we were all just kind of getting ready to saving up money to move and whatever. And he found
6 dudes in an apartment.
3. It was a 3-bed. Well, it was a 2-bedroom with a study. It wasn't a 6-bedroom. It was. Remember Archstone Apartments?
Yeah.
It was the Archstone in Glendale, on Americana Boulevard and all that shit. But the thing that was most appealing is that we didn't have to sign a year lease. We had I think it was an 8-month lease, which they had weird lease
That's
options
interesting.
because of actors coming in and out of there. It's they're
right.
in town for however long. So it was. But we learned very quickly once we got there. It was beautiful. It was really nice. But then after we kind of checked the place, the city out, was this isn't really a town, an area for rock bands. This isn't we were getting noise complaints.
It's a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we all, as soon as that 8 months was up, we all moved out and spread out throughout Hollywood and shit.
So how did you go from that band into Future Villains, and what happened to that band? I mean, I'm imagining it was your brother, 2 brothers, and another guy. So you're probably all friends from home, I'd imagine.
I think late 2011 or early 2012 was when we pretty much disbanded because one of the guys who's still one of my best friends at the time, he had gotten engaged and wanted to come back home. He wanted to be closer to his family and stuff, and the city was kind of getting the best of him, which I understand. We never really officially broke up, actually, to be honest, which is kind of funny. But it just kind of it faded away, just because it was he wasn't there. He was the other singer and main songwriter of the band with me, and so it was we could never get anything done. We did do a few shows back and forth, the band flew out to Louisville and played a show in Indiana and Louisville, and then he came out and we did a couple gigs out in LA again. But it was, it came
Once
to a
that
halt.
momentum changes, it kills it.
Totally, 100%. And then that was also right around the time that I had met Clay, and then because I sensed things going in a negative direction with Bolt Action Thrill, so I was okay. And then I got hit up by Clay, and
Such a great name of a band. Every time you say it, I'm man, I fucking love that name.
Future Villains had a singer before me.
Really?
They had a singer.
Who was it?
His name was Mickey Valentine.
Sounds like a rock star's name.
Great voice, but I heard they told me he was a difficult dude to deal with.
No disrespect, he's a lead singer.
Yeah, exactly. Hey man,
I am a drummer
first.
Tread lightly.
we're gonna get to that. I had no idea.
I heard the thing about what was it? You asked somebody, the guy you had on last.
Drummers and guitar players have a dynamic, and then it's all stereotypical bullshit. But it's each band member has this stereotype or doesn't get along with that guy or something. We're just trying to exploit it, basically.
Yeah.
So you met Clay just around, and you've seen him play.
Yeah. And then he hit me up. I messaged him actually because he was selling a Marshall, and I saw it on Facebook. I messaged him, and then he got back to me and and asked me if I knew any singers that would want to be into that would do in AC/DC and Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver and Led Zeppelin. And I was yeah, that's actually that's some of my favorite shit. And he's well, you're in a band. And I was yeah, but it was let's just talk, because there were some things going south, and I was just ready for a change, to be honest. And then, I went over and, he sent me a couple songs, just instrumentals. And I was this is cool. It's really, really rad stuff. And so I went over there and we hit it off immediately, really. And
What year was that? 12?
This would have been 2012, yeah. Early to mid 2012, because I think we played our first show. Was it? Oh, our first show was with Bullets and Octane. It was before you started playing with them. That was, I can't remember the other drummer's name, but it was their like, it was actually I think their original lineup, because it had like it was the reunion of their original lineup. So that's how we got going, and yeah.
So okay, all right. So you guys did a lot of shows with Steel Panther. You guys are playing around a lot. You guys, I mean, like it really, basically, I was just like, these guys are killing it. They're constantly on the road. They're constantly like doing great shit. Dusty went back to Kentucky. What happened?
It was an unfortunate situation that like came from what at first was a really great one. We got approached by these guys and things where it was right when we got done doing the second tour with Panther, and like it was when we were at like this, it felt like we were really on like this rise, because we were on our second international tour and like playing for good crowds, and like we had been contacted by Napalm Records, who was really interested. Like they wanted to sign us, and they were talking
huge. They're like seriously one of the biggest rock labels out of Europe. Yeah,
they were into us too. We met with their attorney, and then one of their A&R guys. They came to our studio, and we had a great chat with them, let them hear all our unreleased songs that we had. We were getting ready for for this album and whatever, and then they were like, okay, well, why don't you set up a showcase, because the president is going to be coming in town to meet with some other people, and that'd be cool, and to get one. So we did at the Vipe Room. They obviously hooked us up with a great date, and we did a show. Then we all met at the Rainbow afterwards, and then never heard from Napalm again.
Really?
Interestingly enough, I talked with the attorney that connected us with them, with Napalm. Really great guy. He's out in LA. And we were just catching up about things, and he was like, yeah, he's like, they really liked your band, but they did not like your management. And I was like, that doesn't surprise me at all.
So the solo route, you're doing your own thing now.
Yeah, yeah. So that
I listened to it yesterday. It sounds fantastic. And
thank you, man.
The art that goes along with it looks fantastic. So just explain a little bit about it. What's your premise with it? What got it started? And tell us about your solo stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the artwork, first of all, that's done by Jonah Nimoy, who I don't know if you guys have ever met Jonah. He currently is the rhythm guitar player.
Is he related to the guy from Star Trek?
He is.
That guy's like
his grandson. Yeah.
Is it really? For real?
Yeah. His band is called Furiosa. He's also currently plays rhythm guitar for The Offspring. He's one of the most talented people I've ever met. Phenomenal drummer, ripping guitar player, great singer-songwriter too. Like he's awesome, and he's a good buddy of mine, but he does all the artwork for me. He does all those creepy like Tim Burton.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's a great artist too. So he does the artwork. So it's kind of a good spread of styles or whatever. Like there's some stuff on there that's like, hard rock, some stuff that's kind of almost like borderline country, Americana, singer-songwriter. So with the album, the full album that's coming out later this year, I think it's going to come out in the fall. We were shooting for summer, but things kept getting, keep getting pushed back to kept getting pushed back because of last year. But it's very much about my life, but it's being portrayed. It's going to be portrayed through the artwork and the music videos through a gunfighter that moves out to the Wild West. Mm-hmm. So it's like, he goes out there in search of a better life and whatever, trying to be, a rock star gunfighter or whatever, you know what I mean? And then, just kind of gets caught up with, the wrong people. So Vulture is the first EP that came out last year. Then Fox is coming out in a couple months. And then The Vulture and the Fox, surprise, surprise, that's coming out. That's the full album. That'll be out in the fall.
I'm genuinely into this idea because I love it. Like one of my favorite things about music is whenever somebody takes a song or you take a band and it could be normal and ordinary, but you put a little bit extra in it. You make it visual, you make it interesting. And now all of a sudden it's not just this one thing. It's like this concept that you could build around. I love it. I love it.
Oh man. Thank you.
Ryan showed me a video when we were going over notes yesterday for the episode. And, I didn't know you even played guitar.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. And not only do you play guitar, and you were shredding. Like, you were like straight up lead guitar player guy. I had no idea. I only thought of you as a lead singer.
We're talking about your solo stuff, and we're talking about Johnny realizing you are a guitar player, and you offered to play us a tune. So I think that would be
Oh shit, yeah.
a fun thing
I'll
to
play
do.
one that hasn't been released.
Great.
Oh, we're getting an unreleased song.
An unreleased one. Let me know if you hear the guitar.
Sure do.
All right, so this one's actually, it's going to be coming out with the next EP, Fox. But it's just pretty much about not believing other people's bullshit, where it's actions speak louder than words. Talk is cheap, kind of thing. But
Got it.
that's cool. Words don't mean much.
I grew up in church, singing songs of the Lord, confessing all my sins to a man I didn't know. Hearing him preach the lessons, words from a good book, the only lessons that I held on to from the wine that I took. I drank the wine and I ate the bread, worshipped a man that nobody's met, giving rich to the richer and faith to the poor. Words from that church don't mean much to me anymore. She told me we'd be together until our dying days. So I brought her home to meet my family. She left me anyway. I did everything I could to make her feel happy and loved. I guess the promises she made to me were all just a bluff. I took her to the movies and I brought her flowers. Gave her all my heart, all my soul, all my hours. She talked like my woman, but she walked like a whore. Words from that girl don't mean much to me anymore. The folks on those TV screens, the ones reading the news, feeding fear and hatred to people like me and you, telling us what to believe, what to do and what we should buy. No matter which side that you're on, it's all still a lie. Some folks will cry and some folks complain. Others are crazy, the rest are insane. I try not to listen, just keep moving forward. Words from them folks don't mean much to me anymore. Words from them folks don't mean much to me anymore.
Awesome, dude.
Thanks, man.
That was amazing, dude.
Thank you, brother.
She talks like a woman, walks like a whore. One of my favorite lines I've heard in a long time. That was great.
Right on, man. Thank you.
Is the album version of that acoustic, or does it just translate really well?
No, it's solo. It's like I played like a hollow body, like a Gibson Dot, but it was just a real kind of somewhat distorted, but with a tremolo on it.
Those are
like
my favorite studio guitars. 335.
Dots are?
They sound that's my favorite. They're so versatile in the studio.
Dude, it's and this one I got just a fucking steal on Facebook Marketplace, but it's just that, and then there's a guy, this dude he's out in Nashville because that's where I record my records. Is this place called Sundog Studios. This guy, his name's Oddly Freed, and he's played with Jimmy Page, the Black Crowes. He's currently Sheryl Crow's guitar player. He played dobro on it. So it's a real, like, have you ever heard the song Mr. Banker by Leonard Skinner? There's one of their B-side, like, songs.
Yeah.
I wanted it to sound like that.
That
which
vibe.
Is, yeah. So,
Awesome, dude.
yeah, man.
That was great, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, of course.
You're officially the first musical guest on
I
the
know.
Whatever Buddy podcast.
I'm pumped about that.
Hey, Ryan, would you like to tell Dusty about the games we like to play here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know of the. Anyways, yeah, tell
He's
me.
watched.
See,
so
our
he's
podcast, our
Explain for the
podcast is going worldwide, so we don't even have to set the games up anymore. This is amazing. So we do this thing for anybody that hasn't seen it. We do this thing where we're just going to say something. Just first thing that comes to your mind, go with it.
Okay.
Johnny, would you like to start it?
Perfect. Los Angeles versus Louisville. First thing that comes to your mind and why? Go.
More time in the day in Louisville. Less traffic, less lines, and way less cost of living, so you don't got to work as much.
Amen.
Okay.
You've done your fair share of studio sessions and
Yes.
writing, and you've done your
Yes.
fair share of touring. What are your thoughts on studio life versus touring life?
Oh man, I would rather be on tour. I'd rather be on the road. But it is awesome being able to get done at the end of the day and go to your bed.
What is it about touring you like?
The adventure and mystery. You don't really know, it's just more exciting. And that was kind of why I wanted to become a professional musician. And I was talking about this the other day. Me and my buddies were watching. I had started playing guitar when I was 7, but I think I was like 12 or 13 when we were watching Almost Famous. And my buddy Clayton, it was the scene right before their first show.
I dig music.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was it's such an unforgettable movie, and that scene especially. But this was a scene right before Stillwater's first show, and Russell's walking around backstage with his guitar, and my buddy Clayton was like, "How would you like to do that, man? Just travel around, and play guitar all day, in different cities." And
Can I give you a Warner Drive Almost Famous side note here? And you
Yeah,
may have been
please.
there, and for all I know, you might have played this show. One
Okay.
night we were playing the Viper Room, and we covered Fever Dog.
shit, I don't think I was there.
Marty Fredrickson.
Oh
Fredrickson.
shit! Wow,
Marty
I didn't know that.
and Marty, because we were talking to Marty at one point, but Marty he got up and he sang Fever. When we found out he was the voice of Stillwater,
Stillwater, yeah.
we asked him to come up and sing Fever Dog with us, and he totally did.
Dude, was definitely not there because I would have for sure remembered that.
It was amazing. I was like, because it's nobody knew they didn't know, nobody knows who the real singer on the recording is, and nobody in the Viper Room knew who the singer was, but he sounded just like.
Dude, that's so weird.
awesome.
That song just popped up in like my Spotify thing the
Great
other day,
tune.
and I was like, wonder who this. It is such a great tune. I was like, wonder who that is. Like who the band is. That's so awesome. Marty Fredrickson.
Awesome. Okay, now I guess
On
I'm
with
up.
the game.
Yeah,
On
back
with the
to
game.
On with the game. Game on.
Now, as I've mentioned before, I've only known you as a lead singer.
Uh-huh.
You're a way better guitar player than I ever realized.
Thank
now,
you.
here is the question for you.
Okay.
Lead singers versus lead guitar players, and why?
I would rather deal with a lead singer.
Oh,
I would rather
too.
deal with a lead singer. Yeah. Just as far as because I guess since I play guitar, I'd like to, it's like, okay, I can play guitar, and then we'll write, you sing more, I'll write, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that leads me to a question off the cuff then. Would you rather be, if you had to pick one or the other in a band, would you rather be the singer or the lead guitar player?
I'd rather be the guitar player. Yeah, lead guitar, because I started singing out of necessity. I couldn't find a singer that was...
That's crazy. You're a great singer.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny how often you hear, particularly with really good singers, say like, I never set out to be a singer. I just did it because no one else would. Like, that's a common theme. So we've all been in a band, and we know that being in a band is tough, but you have a group of people that you can split up tasks with, and you have help. Well, now you're a solo artist, and a lot more of that falls on you personally. What's the comparison between the workload of being in a band where you have help and being a solo artist where everything pretty much is up to you?
That's actually an awesome question, because it is. I do miss the being in a band. Like, you have that one, the brotherhood or sisterhood. You have those people that do split up tasks. Somebody's good at this. Somebody books. Somebody does the artwork. Somebody does whatever, writes, but you also have to revolve around all their lives as far as book and rehearse. When can we rehearse next? Oh, I can't. It's my lady's birthday, or I got to go out of town or whatever. It's like being solo. Yeah, you take on more, and also it's tough when I got to put money in for things or whatever, pay for studio rent. It's like it's all on me.
All on you.
But at the same time, I don't got to wait for anybody to get anything done. When I like something, I can just send it to get done instead of getting it cleared by everybody else in the band.
So follow-up question to that, unintended follow-up question. Do you have a source in your life that you bounce your ideas off of, or do you just trust your gut and say, that's final, let's send that to print?
No, I have a couple guys and girls. Yeah, it depends. Like if it's a song, like I got a couple guys I'll send it to, and then if it's like an image or whatever, or a photo, I'll send it to some people, some girls, like, hey, or whatever, you know what I mean? Just get some outside opinion. Like, was this something like shoot me straight? If you didn't know me, was this something that you would dig? You would be a part of, or want to listen to, or check out the profile, whatever. But yeah, a few people.
Well, outside looking in, man, everything looks awesome, man. It sounds great to me. So for whatever it's worth, I think you're doing a great job with the solo thing, and I think it's I'm looking forward to more of it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, Ryan, for real.
That is awesome. So you have new music coming out. Let's tell everybody when this music's coming out, and where they can get it.
Shit.
And whatever your plans are in the future with touring and whatnot.
Well, you can go to just search Dusty Bow on Spotify or iTunes or whatever your platform is. The next EP will be out sometime in late June, if not early July.
Awesome.
Because we're just kind of going around then. But the album will probably, and then we'll put out another single or two, and then the album will come out, I think, at the earliest, I would say September.
All right, Dusty.
Anyway,
thanks for taking the time, man. Look forward to hearing everything whenever it comes out. Obviously, let us know. We'll promote it. We're in your corner. Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it, and it was good to see you again.
Yeah, you
Dude,
too,
it was
man.
Awesome. You sounded awesome. You sounded
Thank
fucking
you, man.
amazing.
Good seeing both of you guys. We'll definitely talk more soon.
Awesome.
Absolutely, man. Have a great night.
You too, man.
All right, brother.
Peace.
Late. Man, that was a good time, Ryan. Dusty, he's a super talented guy. I didn't know he was such a great guitar player.
He's one of the
I
best.
already knew he was a great singer.
All-around talented guy and great dude. One of the best.
And on that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out Dusty's music. Make sure you subscribe on all your favorite platforms. And make sure, if you haven't yet, check out the YouTube channel, The Whatever Buddy Pop. Till next week, you have a great week ahead.
See you next time.